With my project today, I want to capture the colors of fall. I love the rich reds and oranges and yellows, and Cool2Cast is a perfect way to capture those colors. The first thing that you want to do is to set your mold on a flat surface. As I mentioned, I'm using Cool2Cast, so I have already measured out my Cool2Cast into a zip top bag, and now I'm adding water. Zip it up, make sure that that is closed very tightly, and give it a good shake for about a minute. Now my Cool2Cast is ready to pour, and I just want to cut the corner off the bag. And as you can see, these molds are really, really deep, so you don't need to fill them all the way. Depending on if, for instance, if you want the pumpkin to be able to sit on the table, you're probably going to fill it about halfway. But on the leaves, I only filled them up about a quarter of the way, because I just need them to lay flat. They'd be great to put on a table runner, and so I just want them to lay flat on the table. So fill up as many of these designs as you want, and as high as you want them. With Cool2Cast, you just give your mold a little bit of a shake. That helps bring the bubbles up to the top, and watch it for the next 10 minutes or so, and you might need to give it one more shake to get rid of all of those bubbles. You're going to let this sit in the mold for at least an hour. You want this to be solid, and then you'll be able to pop them out of the mold. After the Cool2Cast has set in the mold for about an hour, you should be able to pop them right out, and they are solid to the touch, but they will still be moist. So you want to let them set overnight to dry out. And you can see here the difference when I poured in that mold, how you can get a completely different look depending on how much Cool2Cast you put into that mold. To color these pieces, I am using alcohol ink, and I have just thinned it down with rubbing alcohol. And just grab your brush. I like a really nice, like a watercolor brush that really soaks up that ink and lets you spread it where you want. And I'm going to dip right into the next color and keep going. And into my final color here. And then what you can do is you can actually blend these together. I want this to be a little bit more red, so let's see. I think that was my red right there. Let's have a little bit more color. That just got thinned out a little bit too much for me. There we go. And what you can do is you can use your alcohol to actually spray to start blending and actually lightening those colors. A lot of times I will come back in and pull the yellow back over the orange to blend it back in. So keep working that until you get the exact coloring that you want, like I have on this one here. It doesn't take long for your alcohol inks to dry, and you can see depending on how much alcohol you use to thin down your colors, you're going to get brighter colors or lighter colors. I do like to add a sheen onto my Cool2Cast, so I use my 3D crystal lacquer. You can use a brush, or you can just use your finger to apply it. This does darken the colors up, so keep that in mind if you're trying to get an exact look, but fall colors are all different, so that's how you're going to add the sheen onto your finished pieces. When those dry completely, a couple of different ways that you can actually finish these off is you can drill down into the top, and this particular pumpkin I poured thicker so it stands on its own. Just drill down in, use some of your thicker craft wire. You can make a cute little stem, or you can just take a leaf and write on it with a gold pen and stick that right down in the center. But again, you can see the beautiful colors of fall that you can create with Cool2Cast. I'm Tiffany Windsor, and I think it's cool to craft.